Hello everyone. Today we're going to be taking a look at Dreame's brand new flagship robot, the X40 Ultra. Dreame has become a major player in the field of home robotics thanks to their low-fuss robots that are easy to like. The new X40 Ultra has all kinds of cool new features. Today I'll go over the features of the machine, put it through all kinds of cleaning tests, and see how it holds up after exaggerated cleaning jobs. Here's the Dreame X40 Ultra all set up. And so I have this set up in my kitchen. What I am finding is that a lot of these combo mopping robots do want to be set up on hard floors versus carpeting. I noticed it was struggling to dock occasionally when set up on carpeting, so on hard floors that's been no issue at all. And the dock is actually incredibly simple, so there's not too much to it. So you lift up this lid here. There's no controls on the dock either. You control everything through the app or the robot itself. Inside here you have two tanks that you refill. So this is your clean water tank. You just fill it up with tap water. And then in here, this is your dirty water tank. The water that's in there is filthy. I just finished the first of the mopping soy sauce test. It did a great job. So you just fill and empty these as necessary. The robot will let you know when it needs anything. Gives you audio alerts. It lets you know through the app. And then down here, to access the bag, this front panel just pulls off. And then this gives you access to the bag and the cleaning solution compartment. So the robot takes nice large HEPA bags that are easy to change. They just pull out. Let's see if I can do this easily. When you remove them, they self-seal so that it won't make a mess when you throw them away. I'm just gonna put this one back in. And then in here, the last thing, this is your cleaning solution compartment. So the robot came with a container cleaning solution, and you can just lift this up and you just pour it in. Now, of course, Dreametech's going to recommend that you use their own cleaning solution. I'm going to have to check the manual and see if it says you can use anything else. But technically, you could technically pour anything you wanted to in here. But I'm just not sure that that would be wise, because I'm not sure how the plumbing of the robot, if it's made to accommodate other hard floor cleaners. You probably just want to stick to whatever Dreametech recommends. And so that just clicks back into place, easy peasy. And then underneath here, the robot's mad that I did that. I've already done some tests here, but there's underneath here, this is called a sink, and you can remove this and clean this as necessary. The robot actually it spins this around. It actively cleans this and flushes this out. There's a little bit of hair in there from tests I've did earlier, and then that just sets back in. And part of the robot. So overall, the dock's excellent. It's tall, but it's not too huge. It works very well. So no complaints on that so far. The robot has a lot of really interesting features. This is a very top-of-the-line robot. Dreame has been making robots for several years now, and I've been testing them over the years, and they've been great, and it's been fun watching them improve. So right on top, here's your dirt bin. And to access your dirt bin, this just opens up. The filter that's in here along with the dust cup are both washable. And to access the dirt or the filter, this just lifts out here. This is very similar to the setup in Roomba's S9 robot. You've got a washable filter. The filter seems to be good quality. I wouldn't mind if it were larger. And then this is also where you access the dust to pour it out. There's no other way to open this up to dump it out to get into like nooks and crannies easily, but since it has the auto empty system, you're gonna rely on that primarily anyways. But all of this is washable. Just let it dry 100% before you put it back in. And that just closes back up. So that just sets in there. So the robot has some really neat features related to the mopping, the side brush, and the brush roll. Underneath the robot, so you have two spinning mop pads. Both the mop and the side brush can extend outwards when needed. The robot's really smart, and it can tell when it's edging a room and edging hard floors specifically, and then these go into action. The mop pad, this can swing outwards to help clean underneath cabinets and along edges. The side brush can extend outwards to reach into corners better and to clean around table legs and stuff like that. And that seems to work really well too. It's pretty fun to watch it figure out when it needs to put these two features into action, because it does it, of course, automatically and very well. And then along with that, so this robot, you have two brush roll options with it. The robot came with this brush roll, the standard Dreametech brush roll. This is very similar to what was in my Dreame L10S Ultra. But they just came out with this new tri-cut brush roll. So this one's specifically designed for removing hair tangles. Inside here, there's a little cutting mechanism. And hair will get into this almost like a razor, and it will cut the hair so they can easily suck it into the dirt path. It does a great job removing hair from the brush roll. So that just goes back in, and then when you put the bottom plate back on, there's tabs on top that you need to line up. And as long as you line everything up, it all goes back together very nicely. All right, now as far as navigation, the robot has a LiDAR puck on top. Dreametech refined LiDAR quite a bit a few years ago, and I still think that dreametech robots have the best, if not some of the best navigation in the industry. They're very smart. Along with the LiDAR, the robot also has a vision system. They call it AI Action. And you have multiple cameras up front and a suite of sensors and a headlight. This further helps the robot with obstacle avoidance and obstacle recognition. So the whole idea is that it can figure out your environment, figure out the best plan of action for it, and then methodically clean entire floor plans with minimal issues. And with a lot of these new robots, since they are collecting video and pictures as they're navigating, they make it a point to say that all the data that the robot collects stays on the robot and your network. It doesn't go to their cloud. And what that means is that you don't have to worry about Dreame having, random videos of your home. They're not going to collect it, period. That's just their way around it as people get more concerned about that stuff. A lot of these robots now, they're just saying flat out, they're not collecting any personal data on that level. But anyways, the navigation's excellent. The robot itself is also very thin. It's only the puck on top that makes it a little bit taller, but this robot can easily get under and around stuff. As far as things I'd like to see improved in the design, Dreame's done it once before with the W10, but I would like a full width brush roll that spans the entire width of the robot, at least as wide as the mopping pads. The reason for that is when edge cleaning, especially on carpeting, the side brush doesn't spin, which is kind of strange to me, but I'll talk about that in a little bit. And then the edge cleaning, you've got about a good 2.5, 3 inches from the wall on carpeting where it's just not going to clean. The mopping works great, the performance on carpeting is excellent, and the smart edge brush on hard floors works really well.
Let's start with an extreme hair pickup test. On this red rug, I've ground in a bunch of fake pet hair, and I've also ground in longer hair of 3 different lengths, 6, 8, and 10 inches. I set the robot to vacuum this area twice.
I just went over the rug afterwards with my Dyson. So let's see what the Dreame X40 Ultra picked up versus what it left behind. So what's interesting, the tri-cut brush roll cuts the hair to then make it easier to keep it off the robot. And the filter doesn't look too bad, but there's no screen or anything to protect it. So let's see what it missed. The pickup was actually great. So the result afterwards, it left almost nothing behind, only a little bit of hair and some of the fake pet hair, but it picked up a whole bunch. Let's take a look at the brush roll and see how the tri-cut brush roll works.
Wheels are not in contact with the ground. Please reposition the robot and start it again.
All right, so take off the bottom plate here. Let's take a look here. So the tri-cut brush roll, it did a good job removing the hair, but one thing you'll notice here, there is some hair in the ends here. So let's pull this off. Now I put down quite a bit because I wanted to see how it would do. So even with the tri-cut brush roll, you're still gonna have to occasionally remove this and clean the ends because some hair did successfully migrate to the ends. Well, an improvement, still not perfect. You still have to clean this off. Now this is, I almost thought this part here was metal, but it's got a nice end cap to keep stuff from getting over, but some hair still jumped the edge and got stuck in the end. So while this is an improvement, you'll still wanna check this occasionally and clean it out, but it did manage to gobble up and pick up a whole bunch of hair, so this wasn't just totally wrapped up like it would have been with a robot without this extra stuff built in. But the pickup, though, was excellent. So as far as a carpet performer, definitely in the top tier for robots. So yeah, not too bad. Put this back in here, and then to put the filter back in. It can only go in one way, and then if you do it correctly, the lid closes.
Now let's see how the X40 Ultra cleans wall-to-wall carpeting. On my living room floor, I've put down a mixture of oats, parsley, and rice. I set the Dreame to vacuum this room twice at full power. One feature I love is that you can optionally have the robot leave the mop pads at the dock when cleaning. While the mop pads raise up into the robot when cleaning carpeting, you also have the option to just leave them at the dock, which I think is great. Mop pads tend to drag a little on carpeting, affecting carpet lines, and this option prevents that. The X40 Ultra features excellent navigation. The robot will first border the room, then vacuum the rest of the room in nice straight lines. The navigation is great, and thankfully I've also found the overall pickup to be excellent as well. Another great feature is that you can have it vacuum rooms multiple times per clean. The Dreame will continue and go over the carpet again, this time going a different direction. This helps with overall pickup and will work the carpet nap better. I use this feature a lot.
The Dreame X40 Ultra just finished vacuuming my living room, and it did an outstanding job. The carpet lines look great, and the place looks refreshed. So the only area where it still missed stuff was the edges. So the edge brush shuts off when cleaning carpeting, which is pretty strange to me. I think it should stay on for edge cleaning and maybe turn off when cleaning the middle of the room, if it's that smart. So it left like a 2.5, 3-inch strip along the border. So the edge cleaning's not going to be great like most robots, but other than that, I don't see anything that it left behind. Maybe a crumb here and there. There's like a couple oats, but otherwise it did an excellent job. And so Dreame's robots, they keep making them more powerful, and this is definitely one of the best performing robots I've ever tested.
For this next test, let's see how it handles mopping. On my kitchen floor, I've put down a bunch of soy sauce and let it dry and get stuck onto the floor. I set the X40 Ultra to mop this area twice. The robot will first border the area using the Mop Extend and Robo Swing function. This does a great job mopping under cabinets and areas it otherwise would be unable to get to. It then cleans the area in straight lines. When cleaning spills, the robot has the ability to lift and shut off the brush roll. When cleaning the mop pads, if the robot senses they got really dirty, it can go out and remop the area. If you're serious about robot mopping, you definitely want one with some kind of scrubbing action like this robot has, which makes a huge difference in performance. For a final test, let's see how it handles a free-for-all of kitchen crumbs while mopping up more stuck-on soy sauce. The hard floor cleaning performance of this robot is among the best. Using the side reach function, the smart side brush can extend to clean along corners and edges, grabbing debris it otherwise wouldn't be able to reach. It also minimizes scatter by slowing the side brush down and dynamically adjusting during the cleaning job. The robot will do a great job with daily cleaning and mopping, keeping your floors looking and feeling very clean.
All right, I just had the Dreame X40 Ultra vacuum and mop the room twice, and there's a couple crumbs under the baseboards, and it didn't get rid of all of the soy sauce, but overall, it did an awesome job. So there's still a little bit of soy sauce there. I could run it again and get the rest of it, but did an excellent job cleaning the corner. You can hear it cleaning. You can hear it emptying now. And just a couple crumbs along the edge, but overall, that was a fantastic result for a robot. All right, the Dreame X40 Ultra just finished first mopping this room, and then I had it mop and vacuum the room. So just did 2 huge tests, and let's see how it did. So let's take a look at the tanks here. So this is your clean water tank, and then here's your dirty water tank. And hopefully you can see that okay. Let's open this up so you can get a better look. This just opens up. Watch me spill this. And hopefully you can see that how disgusting that water is. So that all looks good. Now let's take a look at the robot and see how it held up with the washing and the self-emptying. So first let's check the mop pads, see how those look. I just went through 2 rounds of mopping, and there's just a little bit of dinge on that, but those are very clean. So it does a good job washing the mop pads. Gonna self-dry them too. If necessary, you can remove these and you can, whoops.
Mop pads removed.
If necessary, these just pull off and you can wash these further if necessary.
Mop pads installed.
But the robot does a good job maintaining it. And even after an extreme test, those are very clean. So let's see here. The brush roll doesn't have anything wrapped around it, which is very good. This just pops back on. You gotta make sure all the tabs are tucked in. There we go. Make sure that's good. And now let's take a look at the dust cup and the dirt bin. So I actually had it auto empty twice because that was such a big mess. And I can still hear some dust in there. Let's take a look at this, but the important thing, let's see how well it cleaned the filter. And pretty good. Okay, that's not bad. So there's still some parsley stuck in the pleats there, but you will want to check and clean this regularly. And then Dreame's auto wash system or auto empty system, the way that it works, it blows air into the dirt cup while at the same time sucking it out. And a lot of robots do this now. I'm not crazy about this setup because it still left some dust in there. And I wish that that setup cleaned the filter a little bit better than it does, but this is very, very normal for robots. A lot of them are designed like this now. That goes like that. With this one, you know, you can wash the mop pads when necessary after really bad jobs, but that did a great job taking care of that. And you will still need to occasionally take this, and the easiest way you can wash it or vacuum it off with another vacuum. Keep this filter clean. Just take care of it, and then the robot's gonna handle the majority of everything on its own. But not a bad result at all. Performance-wise, this robot did an excellent job across carpeting and hard floors. It did a good job handling ridiculous amounts of hair. It did a great job mopping the floors too. So overall, I would say it's an excellent performer. While I wish the auto empty system would completely clean the filter every time, it's just something to hopefully look forward to in another model. One last thing to check here too. Let's see how the sink looks. So if necessary, this just pulls out, and there's just a little bit on the screen here, but not bad at all. So again, this is made to be self-cleaning as well. And the tray underneath here, if necessary, you can get in there and wipe it out, but there's no oats or dirt in there, so that's great. Very nice to see. Just parks back in.
Start charging.
So there you have it. The Dreame X40 Ultra is one of the best robots I've ever tested. It has a ton of technology built in to allow the robot to clean more thoroughly than most competitors, and can reach corners and clean under cabinets, places most robots can't get to. It's an excellent performer on both carpeting and hard floors, and the mopping is great too. I have a few faults with the machine. I would like on the next model if they tried a wider brush roll for improved edge cleaning on carpeting, but I also find it odd the side brush turns off completely on carpet. If it stayed on when bordering carpeted rooms, it would help edge cleaning, even if superficial. Maybe that's something Dreame could add with the software update. The new Tri-Cut brush roll does a great job minimizing tangles, but during my extreme test, some hair still migrated to the ends of the brush roll, so check these areas occasionally and clean them as needed. The Auto Wash base station works great and does a great job keeping the robot's mop pads clean, dry, and ready to go. However, the dust collection system could be better, as it still leaves crumbs behind in the robot's dirt cup, but crucially, it doesn't clean the filter as well as it should, so the robot will still require occasional filter cleaning. Keep in mind these all-in-one robots aren't maintenance-free, so you still need to take care of it. Overall, though, it's an incredibly impressive robot. It's powerful, very quiet, has great battery life, is very smart, and can handle all types of floor cleaning with minimal fuss. The software app is excellent and offers endless cleaning options. It's a very easy-to-like robot that will tackle all types of vacuuming, mopping, or both very well. I always enjoy reading your comments. If you enjoyed the video, please consider liking and subscribing to help the channel grow, and don't hesitate if you have any questions. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.